Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy OG Black. Welcome to Mafioso Mondays. This is going to be part of our daily program here. On Mondays, I'm going to be bringing you guys stories on the mob, stories about things that happen in the mob, the life, the lifestyle. Remember, guys, your boy OG Black's got 3 generations of this, so I could be teaching you guys a lot of things. Today's subject, man, what we're going to be talking about, man. Oh, and before we get into it, guys, smash, subscribe, like. There's a little OG Black on the corner of your screen. If you see it, he's right in your corner. If you want to subscribe to my channel and you're new, just smash onto him and he'll subscribe you right to the channel, guys. He's on the bottom of your right hand screen. All right, guys, I'm going to bring you guys today the top 5 list on things that get you killed in the mob. Now, a lot of people always ask me all sorts of questions like, hey, OG Black, you being in that life that you were in, what did you see and what do you know and what could you tell us without getting yourself into too much trouble about this life, about the ins and outs on how you can survive in the game. Depending on who you work for and where you work at, a lot of times it just depends on your boss and your rules that you have. Now, here in California, we have a lot of rules. People in other states and other places don't have these type of rules. I'm just speaking about for us, I think our number one rule for getting you whacked or killed, which I'll get into, was I think a universal one. And people always ask me, well, if it's universal, then, what do we need to know about it? I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty common sense. You know what I mean? But people don't always take it as common sense. People don't always have common sense. And some people just don't have the same morals and standards that you or myself may have. I consider myself a person who would defend himself and be at the utmost clarity. I like to see things through. I like to think about them. I don't do too many reactions. I did when I was younger. Now as I get older, I think about them. But to tell you the truth, surviving in this game is hard, and I'll get into it. We'll start off backwards from 5 to 1. And this is a top 5 list. Just having common sense. I've worked with guys where I knew they had no common sense. I could tell right off the bat. No common sense at all. And when I mean by common sense, I mean common sense. Like, when there's a cop around, you're not going to be doing too much fidgeting or moving around. You're not going to be doing stuff to cause attention to yourself. Let's see what else. You're not going to be a bust. You're not going to have tattoos all over your face, all over your arms. That's just common sense. If you're going to be in this criminal world, at least have some common decency to know that, the police department, other people, have a certain, have a certain thought and view of certain people. And you looking like, you just got off the county bus or you just got paroled, that's not going to help out your situation at all. It's going to make it worse. So I would say just having common sense would be number 5. As in number 4, I would definitely tell you guys withholding daily activities from each other. Okay, I'm going to tell you like this. When I used to be in business with guys, or I used to be hanging around with guys, or I'd be, and I mean guys that you see daily or every other day or at least once a week. I would ask them questions like, hey, how's Bobby? How's Jimmy? How's Sandra? And I just say those things just to have normal conversation. I knew what their sisters were doing. I knew what their brothers were up to. I knew what they were doing. Not too many people in this business are secretive, and they can't be. And when I start asking you questions like, oh, how's your sister doing? And you come out with, oh, she's fine. And, hey, where's she at? She's in Mexico or what? Where's she? No, she's not. And she is in Mexico. There's no reason for you to be lying to me. And I take that very disrespectful. And I think that's one reason I should probably get you whacked out in any organization, is withholding evidence. Because the boss thinks if he's lying and withholding stuff to me right now, what is he not? So that's number 4 on my list. You know what I mean? then we're going to get into some serious ones. The stealing of money. Now, I put that at number 3. Let's get into that. A lot of guys are responsible for money. A lot of guys do a lot of things. A lot of guys are put into position of power because they're very trustworthy. And they become what they call treasurers or banqueros or los licenciados. Usually they're the lawyers and stuff, entrusted with a lot of money for the mob. Now, they understand if there's expenses and stuff like that, and you have to be really honest with them. And you just tell them the truth. Look, we need $3,000 for Joey. We need $5,000 for Jose. We need another for this, and we need another for that. As long as all your accounts are accounted for and everything is accounted for and used in the right way, in the right manner for the family or the situation or the organization, you should be okay. But stealing money is something they don't accept, because once you make money, you can't get it back. You know, drugs, you can make them and resell them, and it's a harder process. But once the money is made, it's accounted for, and it has to go back to Mexico. So those are 5 ways to get yourselves really killed in any organization. Number 2 has a lot to do with number 5. You know what I mean? Sleeping, being too cordial, being too nice to the boss's wife. There's a certain aspect of being nice, and I'll tell you what it is. When the boss's wife tells you to do something, you do it. Now, going out of your way and making your boss look like a chump in front of his wife, you opening doors and doing all sorts of stuff, that's a big old fucking negative. That will definitely get you whacked out, get you thrown in a cornfield, if the boss is like that. Not all bosses are like that, but most of them are. You know what I mean? And I'm giving you inside information on what people think in this mob life. You know, messing with people's wives is a big negative. And sometimes it's not something that you want to do, and it's not something, it just happens, guys. People in certain situations and hostile environments gravitate towards each other. You know, and if you're a good-looking young man, or she's a good-looking young lady, or even a good-looking older lady, you're definitely going to pay the price for that one. You know, she at the end is going to be 100% tell the truth to her husband, because they're either going to beat it out of her or get it out of her. And the second part is you're expendable. You're just some dude that works for the boss, so you're expendable. I'll give you guys a good saying. Well, my grandpa used to say, and he used to say it in Spanish: si se quebran entre hermanos, ¿qué quieres entre socios? Which means, if they kill each other when they're brothers, what do you think they do to their business partners? So that's just an old one that I always kept. Get away from the boss's wife. Do what you got to do. Make sure you don't get yourself in that kind of trouble. You know what I mean? And the last and number 1 that every probably knows, and we're going to get a little depth in it, but not too much, is snitching. You know, snitching will definitely get you a dirt nap. Snitching will definitely get you in trouble. I don't know what to tell you guys about snitching, man. Snitching is something that has caused a lot of pain in my family. It's caused a lot of pain in a lot of people's family. I had another YouTuber claim that I was a snitch, which was really funny, man. You know, and I'll tell you guys again, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a snitch. People say to me, well, OG Black, how did you get out of this organization? How did you get out in this special thing? If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But I'm going to tell you guys one more time. I never told nobody. I never snitched. I never caused anybody to go to prison. I don't owe anybody anything. It's the total opposite. They owe me, and they know it. All I have ever asked is to be left alone and make enough money to provide for my wife and my kids and have a decent living. I want the best for you guys out there. I want you guys to enjoy my show. I want you guys to succeed in life. I want the youth to learn from my mistakes. We call this one Mafia Mondays, Mafioso Mondays, whatever you guys feel is proper, but I call it Mafioso Mondays because we're going to talk about the 5 top lists. That's what I did, the top 5 reasons of OG Black why you might get killed in prison or even outside in real life. You know, all these things, and when you're working for a family, a cartel, a mafia, or lo que sea, these things will definitely get you killed. And it's just an overview. There's lots of things that get you killed. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy. Smash, subscribe, like. My PayPal is open. My Patreon is open. Fire content on my Patreon. If you guys want to hear about it, I got something really good on Patreon right now, straight from prison. Prison stories. We're also going to be covering prison stories. Today's Mafia Monday. At the end of this video, before I check out, man, check it out, people. You can see the little videos that are popping out at the end of my video. Those are new videos for you guys to subscribe and smash. See them. I hope you guys like this. It's your boy OG Black, and I'm out.